World War III new content. World War III apparently is getting new stuff. Maybe. The free Evergreen Battle Pass is ready for Update 1. Now, real fast, let's go pull up the Steam charts for World War III. I don't know how they managed to get this game going, dude. Dude, the new content caused the game to get 100 more players. This is not enough people. This is supposed to be like a 64, sorry, 32 v 32 or something like that. It has a 54% of dislike to like ratio. It is not doing it. This one, I think it went free or something. I don't know what happened here. And it's like, it just kept dropping. I played during this time, by the way. I also played over here as well. Probably, I think here. I don't remember. They're like, oh, we'll get down to 45 people. It's just, it never got good, dude. It never had its time. It had 11K people on day one. Then it just dropped down. Dude, this dropped down worse than Battlefield. That is insane. Alright, let's take a look at this video. He's gonna talk about it. I don't feel like talking about it. I'll make comments though. That's why we're watching this. Let me not cover his face this time. I did it last time. I felt bad about it.
What's up, guys? It's Crash, and I bet you did not expect a World War III game
I
video
didn't.
today, but here it is. We're going to talk about it
Dude, I didn't expect this game to even update. I'll be completely honest.
Standpoint of entertainment and humor, because I don't expect anyone to go out to download this game. I'll tell you why, but all 200 people that are playing this game should be really excited.
Thank you. He points it out too. Thank you.
Because for the first time in years since a new development studio has taken over this game,
yeah, that's true.
There is actually new content, allegedly. And I will say allegedly because I am unable to launch the game. I tried checking the...
Ooh, play progression tree, time now. Play weapons and strike progression, time out. Play profile, time out. Newcomer, time out. Why is all those timed out? Festivals, time out. How's the festival time out? Is the festival going on? Yes or no?
Files. I did a fresh install. It still has the horrible mid launcher that it has to go through that they said they were going to get rid of 2 years ago and still haven't. All that stuff is still there. It's still the same game, but there's allegedly new content in there that I can't see because I can't launch it. So it's still very much the same game, even though it's on like its second or third development studio. It still says Farm 51 when it tried to launch.
Hey, Jesus. I mean, I know they sold it off or something, and that new studio said they're gonna do something with it. I don't think they have done anything with it yet, but they probably did have to learn how everything works together with this. Because it's I don't know what engine they're using on this, but they probably have to learn the game inside and out because they're not the ones who developed it. Which means with this season 1 coming out, or sorry, not season 1, it's like season 3 or 4. I don't know, maybe. I say this new battle pass coming out. There's probably them learning the system and learning how the game is actually developed.
I re-downloaded it again and tried to launch it again, and it said 4 wins or whatever the new studio is, and it's still not launching. So this is more of an entertainment and humor video. At the people's call it the game that won't die, but let's stick a fork in it because I literally can't even get into
I
it.
don't know why this game is still around, dude. It should have died like right after that huge content release they did, or 2 new maps. Those 2 new maps were pretty good though. I won't lie, they were pretty good maps. It's just that no one plays the game.
To look at some of this stuff, and it's more of a case study and kind of just reflecting on what could have been. Several times it had several chances to do stuff and it still just can't get it together.
It did, dude. They literally had several chances. The game literally revived. It really revived itself. Got back to like 10K people, and it still died off again.
Where I can even log in and look at
it went
some
free
of this
to
stuff,
play
'cause
for
it
crying
looks
out
cool.
loud.
It looks cool. So let's go ahead and look at what is probably in the game right now that I can't access. So on the Steam page, it talks about they wanted to thank you all for sticking with them in a meaningful way. I don't know if that's true. So as a token of our gratitude, we decided to make a battle pass free for all of you. I do really appreciate that it is free. They said they poured their heart and souls into it. Let's pour some heart and souls into the game so we could play it. Maybe it would be cool to check out. So it's a free evergreen.
We might be able to check it out. I don't know. Maybe I can get it downloaded. We'll check it out tomorrow, maybe. I think it'll be interesting to hop back into this after a year and a half. 2 years. Getting close to 2 years, maybe.
Battle Pass. There's actually some really cool stuff in here. It's the same as their older ones, but there's 50 levels this time, each with 3,000 XP to get in there. You can buy it with in-game currency if you want to. I did see in the instructions that you do have to buy it on the game, but it is for 0 currency, so it is free for everybody. There is a new tank, so there's actually new
Ah,
content free for everyone. A new main battle tank. It talks about that. There's new RAK artillery that is in the game. That stuff all looks really cool. And there's actually 2 new weapons as well.
that guy looks
So
pretty good.
in a game where it's High Point, back when I could access the menu and look at it, has incredible customization. The weapon
It does.
gunsmith is really nice. That's
Dude,
still
that's what pisses me off about this, because they had so much, like, the customization in this game was absolutely next tier amazing, and they still flopped the game. It's insane how this game flopped. I am so disappointed in this game is, how bad they managed it. They were supposed to make a movie too on this game as well, by the way. They did say that. You, like, pay, like, $10,000 or something, you beat, like, the main actor or something, and that still didn't even do it.
all holds up to this day, even though the game has been floundering for so long. That stuff is still really cool. The setting is great. Again, the idea of this game is so good, and I think that's why people keep talking about it, because even though it's gone, it's just like that bad relationship that you can't quit. And like it's just like it should have been good, you know, like it could have been good. What could have been?
It should've. That's what, like, literally everyone says that. It should've been good. It should've been amazing, but they flopped it. I don't know how, like, there's no other way around it. They flopped it.
What should have been. But what is in there for guns is the MSBS. This gun is already in there, but it is a battle rifle version of that gun in 7.62 NATO. So it's not capable of fully automatic fire. It's basically a marksman rifle. So it'd be interesting to see how well and how hard that hits.
Yeah,
Again,
it
I'd
would be.
love to if I could play. There's a new assault rifle chambered
That's
in
bad.
300 blackout. You guys will have to remind me. I couldn't get back in and look to it. I feel like this platform is in the game as well. It
I
says
don't
it
know.
offers surprising firepower for its size, a compact barrel, makes short work of enemies at close quarters, but it's probably not as good at long range. Again, I would love to know. Then if you look, this is what it looks like in the game, I think. And this is what I was talking about, where you get all access to 50 tiers, but you can buy it, but you do have to buy it, and it said in there that it costs 0 coins. So you guys will have to let me know if there is someone that can launch the game and get into it, to let me know. But then there's some other changes to the maps, the Polyarny and Smolensk maps, some of the same maps that have been there for a very, very, very long time.
Yep.
But we know that when this game kind of switched to another developer, that we had really hoped it would go in the right direction. And I don't know how many people, a ton of people have talked about
That developer who bought the game made, like, 2 smaller games. I think one were a mobile game or something. But just there was no confidence behind them, basically. I think that's how, like, most people felt. No confidence behind the new development team. We just hope they did something with it. And let's say they are doing something with this, so maybe they will end up, making this game a whole lot better.
what this game needs to do to fix itself, and it just won't listen. And I'm talking, it needs fundamental changes. And they put out some other updates. They did some tests with some new updates and stuff, and it really made me kind of think they were actually working on the foundation of this game to try to turn it around. But that doesn't appear to be in the case. Every time I try to get into it, all these different connections time out. It won't let me launch. I tried a ton of different things. I restarted my computer. I did Windows update.
Is it region locked? Is it, can we even use it in the US?
I did graphics card updates. I checked the files through Steam. I checked the files through their terrible launcher that needs to go, that tons of creators and people have said the launcher needs to get gone. Like it's so annoying. It doesn't do anything other than cause issues, and I can't get into it there. But yeah, there's allegedly a couple hundred people playing it. I hope they're having a good time in there, and they're probably going to enjoy this new content. But every time I think
Ow.
this game is completely and totally gone, they just show like a little bit of life, like it's on
Yep.
live support, and maybe like they like twitch just a little bit and show some movement, that it's not completely dead. And like I said, I think what keeps people clinging on to this just a little bit is the absolute banger of a title this could have been, the spot that it fits in, the aesthetic, the scenery.
The the game was fun. It just performed horribly. It also was, I said this earlier, it's really laggy. Like, it did not play well. The game itself was fun, though, and, the aesthetic was amazing as well.
the cosmetics, everything are so nice and would appeal to so many different fans. And every time you hear, it's under new management, it's under new management, it might happen. But it is so obvious what this game needs to do. If we're going to talk about new content, it needs new playable content, such as maps. It's had the same
Yep,
maps since the beginning.
agreed.
There aren't very many of them. But even beyond that, even more basic than that, the audio needs fixed. The net code needs fixed really bad. The
That's why I
servers need to
said
be working.
the audio is really bad as well, but that's not the main issue. The main issue is really the netcode.
And you need to be able to log into the game. There's no excuse for a game that is this old to not even let me launch it. There are other
Yeah,
people on
true.
Twitter that say they can't launch it as well. And it's just one of the most interesting gaming case studies in my time, because there's so much potential. There's so much stuff in there. They obviously have talented artists and people working behind the scenes, but the foundations of this game, the network engineers, the people that code that kind of stuff, just have never, ever been able to figure it
Yep.
out. And I wish they would have, because for a long time, Battlefield has been fumbling. We do have Delta Force, and you can see how well that has been.
If you guys don't remember, this game was supposed to be the game that shut down Battlefield. That's what this game was. Did it shut down Battlefield? Nope. Did Delta Force shut down Battlefield? Nope. So it's like what's happening here, guys? Like this is supposed to people call this the Battlefield killer. It didn't kill it. It killed itself.
Doing this would
Seriously.
have been like a class-based, non-specialist, more grounded type of Delta Force, and we kind of see the blueprint of what could have been with this game. And it's so hard to just let it go. It's so hard to just let it go, but at this point we definitely need to. I wish I could be here saying, man, there's some new content. They added a couple new maps to keep things going and add some variety to the game, and we could get in there and play it and check it out. Would be so cool. But that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Nope.
there's content in there, but many of you probably can't even access it. So, but the aesthetic of the
I'll
game
try to access
has always
small on
looked really
stream.
cool.
See if it
Everything
works.
about it is really
I'll,
nice.
I'll
It's always had really
I'll try accessing it tomorrow when I wake up. But it probably won't be on stream. When I like first try to access it, then I'll play my first game on stream. See how it is. If we even can queue up.
sus audio and terrible net code, and it just has not been playable a lot of the time that the game has been out. And it is so unfortunate, because like I said, like you guys know, the reason you probably clicked on this video is because you know that there is some potential in this game, and it could have been so
No, I clicked this video to see if it's actually anything new or not. Because I think it's funny.
awesome. So 4Winds or whoever's working on this, please start at the basics.
I
Get a
don't have to.
foundation, get us some new content, and then you can move on to cosmetics. Please, if you want any
I
chance of
agree.
this game to work out, you need to make it playable. Guys,
I
what do you think
I
of World
want
War
to
III?
agree.
What are your thoughts with it? I want to know kind of how you are mentally with this game. If you ever played it in the past.
This game, if they actually can revive this game, I think it'll be the biggest revival of a game I've ever seen in my life.